This is the first fight between Freddie Roach and Louie Burke, as they would meet 7 months after this bout on the undercard of the Marvelous Marvin Hagler-Roberto Duran fight. Before Freddie Roach became a renowned trainer, he was once a highly touted prospect, fighting out of Dedham, Massachusetts. He was born into a boxing family, trained by his father Paul until he moved to Arizona to come under the tutelage of Eddie Futch. Now, 3 years into his pro career, he was knocking on the door of a title shot. He was scheduled to face junior featherweight champion Sergio Palma in October of 1981, but injuries to his right hand put him on the shelf. Promoter Bob Arum then offered Roach a shot against featherweight champion Eusebio Pedroza, but Roach's father didn't think Freddie was ready just yet. Now, before this fight with Burke, Roach is in rebuilding mode as he has moved up from junior featherweight to the junior lightweight division. Meanwhile, Louie Burke was a star in the New Mexico amateur boxing scene. He's on the come-up as a pro with an undefeated record, but this bout is his first real test and a chance to make a name for himself on ESPN. So this is a spirited fight between two future trainers. Roach, of course, goes on to train numerous high-profile fighters, while Burke later becomes a trainer himself, training fighters like Austin Trout and Jennifer Hahn.
Okay, stepping up in class, fighting Freddie Roach is a big step for me. I think winning this title will open a lot of doors. I think I'm ready for Freddie Roach. I've been training hard for a good 5 weeks now, and I think a lot of Freddie Roach. I have a lot of respect for him, but I'm not in awe of him. As far as fighting in his hometown, Las Vegas, I don't think that'll make any difference. I'm not nervous about it. I'm ready for it. I trained hard for it, and I'm ready to rumble.
But that's all right. I feel that if the bettors are going with him because of his punching power, and they don't feel that I'm strong enough for this weight division, but I think it'll come out a different story. I think if the money goes with him, there's going to be a lot of money lost tonight.
The ESPN junior lightweight title on the line. Roach defending. Here in Nevada, they'll score this on the 10-point must system. 3 knockdown rule is in effect.
And this could be a fight that gets off to a very quick start. 2 interesting notes. Freddie Roach came out first, and he was announced first. Very odd for the champion to have to come out first and to get announced to the crowd first. So all the omens seem to be pointing to Louie Burke before this fight.
Left hook by Roach, and Burke was a little lazy there, and it cost him.
And Louie just kind of smiled at Freddie Roach.
Scheduled for 12, Freddie Roach in the white, Louie Burke in the blue. Roach, the ESPN junior lightweight champion, trained by Eddie Futch. And Futch told him this between rounds.
Once you go through him with your jab, he needs room, he needs time. And once you go to him with your jab, keep your right hand in front of your face when you're jabbing, because he tries to throw the right cross over the top, he tries to hold it up underneath. Understand that? Okay, but I want you.
Eddie Futch telling Freddie Roach to use the jab a lot more often.
And so far in this round, he's not doing it. He is hooking with Louie Burke, and that will be a dangerous practice. If Roach trades with Burke, the conventional thinking is he will lose this fight. He's got to outbox him and use that hand speed. It's not making for a pretty fight, but if I was Freddie Roach's trainer, I'd want him to hold on inside too and not battle with Burke, and that's what he's doing, waiting for Richard Green to come in and break them.
Heading down the stretch of round 3. Left hook by Burke, and Roach took that as he was backing away. Right hand by Freddie Roach. That left hand was blocked by Roach. Roach with a left hook to the head. Right hand by Burke, and Roach is holding on. They are digging in and throwing heavy shots, and we're now through 3 rounds. We're into the corner. Louie Burke.
All right, we're going to do a better job, okay? Give me 3 good ones. One more. Now relax. Now, Louie, listen to me carefully, okay? You want to win this fight easy? Don't smother yourself, Nico. You're pushing yourself in there. You don't have to do that. I want you to start concentrating the whole round until I yell at you in the body. Nothing else. The hell with the head. I don't want the head. I want the body straight shots, okay? You're pulling back when you throw that hook. Don't do it. Go into it with a hook. Put me 3 and 4. When he grabs you, don't grab back. Don't wrestle with him.
Here's some of the heavier blows from that previous round. You saw Freddie Roach with a straight right hand to the chin of Louie Burke, and some other action. Burke connecting with the left hook to the head. Freddie Roach was world ranked as a super bantamweight, but since he's moved up to the 130-pound division, he has won 4 in a row to run his record at 30-3. Meanwhile, Burke is 13-0.
And Burke comes in here off a 10-round decision win over Roberto Garcia. The only time in his career he's gone 10 rounds. That's something for us to think about a little later on in this fight in terms of his stamina. Of course, Roach, we know last time out beat Bobby Papillon here on ESPN in a very good performance for him.
We're only into round 4. We've had a lot of action over 3 rounds, so if this goes the distance, it's really going to test the stamina of both fighters. Burke with a flying left, round 4. A left to the head and also a right to the head, all by Roach against Louie Burke. Burke wants to work the body, but he's wide open. And now, a stern warning from Richard Green.
He said, one more warning and I'll take a point away from you.
A lot of low blows by Louie Burke in the blue. Final seconds, round 4. And Burke walks into a stiff left hand. We get a grimace from Freddie Roach, though. I wonder if he hurt his hand. We'll watch that for you. We'll be back with round 5.
Holding his own against Burke at this point.
Keep going. Both hands. Both hands. Both hands. Are you using the first?
Right hand by Roach, and Burke walked right into it.
And kept punching.
Keep him out, please. Keep him out with a jab there, jab.
They traded right uppercuts. There's an oddity. Double left hook by Roach. And Burke tagged him pretty good with the left hand with about a minute to go. Right to the body by Roach.
They're loading up with every single punch, both these fighters, trying for one-punch knockout.
Right hand by Roach, but Burke threw out a left hook with lots of power.
Freddie Roach has landed the best right hands he could possibly throw, and Louie Burke has hardly flinched. This is an excellent round of boxing.
They're cracking each other. Final seconds, Roach with a right hand.
And he throws a little head movement in to boot. This fight is turning into a brawl.
And Richard Green pushed Louie Burke and said, one more low blow and I'm going to take a point away from you. And there's Burke hitting with a free hand behind the head, and Richard Green's going to take a point away from Louie Burke. So if you're scoring at home, here in the 5th round, take a point away from Louie Burke.
Give me ice bag. I got it. Come on, Cup. Oh, yeah. I got it. Oh, yeah. I got it. Take a deep breath. One more. Okay. You can now fight this guy in close, Freddie. Okay. Yeah. See, so keep your hands free to punch and use combinations and short punches. Okay. And you can set him up for your follow-up shot.
Keep your temper, baby. Keep cool. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Go to him with your jab.
Action from early in the 5th round. As you see, Burke with the free left hand banging away, and a couple of shots were below the belt. Now he's hitting with a free right hand, some shots behind the neck, and referee Richard Green took a point away from Louie Burke. Back live for round 6, scheduled for 12. Freddie Roach and Louie Burke fighting for the ESPN Junior Lightweight title.
Freddie Roach has landed some of the best right hands he can possibly throw, and Louie Burke has taken those shots and kept walking ahead. But the problem is Louie Burke is not getting that one big punch he needs to hurt Roach.
Right hand by Roach, and once again, Burke is wide open.
Louie's left hand is very low, and Freddie with the lead right. There's another one.
And here in the beginning of this round, more of a boxing match. Roach is so superb at this. So far here in the opening minute, Burke hasn't been able to get him into a alley brawl.
And Roach is using the jab much more than he did in earlier rounds. We want to caution people, though. Burke with 11 KOs has good power. But as this fight goes on, his power may get diminished.
Right hand by Burke. Another right hand by Burke. Roach is there with the right to the head.
Good hand speed by Freddie Roach. And those are the combinations that could win him this fight.
And now this is what Eddie Futch wanted. He wanted more distance between Roach and his opponent. But Burke with a wallop of a right hand. And Freddie Roach holding on a little bit.
That right was the first one to really hurt Freddie Roach.
Halfway through the round. Roach's right eye beginning to close, although it is not cut. Maybe all those right hands by Freddie Roach, the accumulation, finally did open the slice. Another right hand by Freddie Roach to the head of Louie Burke. Less than 30 seconds to go in the sixth. Well, they got a big job to do on that cut. A big round for Freddie Roach. And he just caught Burke with a left hook to the head. Right to the body by Roach. Blood streaming down the left side of Burke's face. And we're looking ahead to round 7. Crowd getting out of the corner. Now they worked on the left eyebrow of Louie Burke. He's got a slice there. It occurred the last round in the 6th. As far as Freddie Roach is concerned, his right eyebrow is swollen. They've been applying the ice pack there the past 3 breaks.
And you can see the posture of Roach at this point. He wants to stand back and box, peck away at Louie Burke. He senses he's ahead in this fight. He wants to make Burke come to him. Good right by Roach.
And that followed a left-right combination by Burke, but a countering right by Freddie Roach. Roach with another right hand. Louie Burke's head is right there to be hit. No side to side. He's wide open.
And Roach, with that jab working, cannot miss Burke with the right hand following.
Heavy jab by Roach.
All that experience in those 33 pro fights.
Good left hook by Burke. Freddie Roach does a little dance here. Roach with a right hand, but Burke really smacked him with that left hook.
And the more lateral movement Roach can give Burke, the harder he'll make his cast. He can't stand in front of him and slug, which he's doing right now. Burke is still dangerous in that posture.
Less than a minute to go in round 7. Remember, they'll go 12 if necessary. There have been no knockdowns in this fight. Burke with a miss, a countering right by Roach, and they wrestle some more for Richard Green. Right hand lead by Roach. Another right by Roach. What a shot. And Burke is still there. Louie Burke has been eating right hands all night long. I'm sure you're enjoying this one at home because we're having a ball.
Early. I have Freddie Roach way out ahead in this fight, 69-63. Remember, that included a point being taken away from Burke back in the 5th round.
Burke with a countering right hand. Roach is okay, but I'll tell you what, that right eyebrow of Freddie Roach is swelling some more.
Good uppercut by Burke, and I don't think Freddie Roach wants to be inside with Burke, even at this juncture in the fight.
Another left hook by Burke. So undefeated Louie Burke of Las Cruces, New Mexico, trying to mount a rally here against Freddie Roach. He knows that Roach has been dominant over the first 7.
Louie Burke, a very tough customer, and our producer, Jed Drake, tells me reminds him of Blaine Dixon. I'll tell you what, he's right. Burke is a lot like lightweight Blaine Dixon. He's tough just when you think he is not going to be there. He comes back for more.
Left hook by Burke. Roach is okay. We're in the final minute of round 8.
But Louie Burke has come on strong in this round. He's landing those uppercuts inside.
Right hand lead by Roach. Burke's best round of the fight. Burke is just winding up, trying for a knockout here, and he just scored with a right hand. Final second, round 8. Richard Green doing a terrific job. This is a rough fight to officiate. A left and a right by Roach as we head for the bell. Back live for round 9. It's scheduled for 12. Let's see if Burke can continue the rally. He scores with a left right to the head of Roach.
Freddie Roach is fighting the wrong fight at this point. He is in there brawling with Louie Burke. Maybe that's not by design. Maybe Freddie's tired. He looks a little bit fatigued.
Remember, Burke has been fighting with a cut on the left eyebrow since the 6th round. Roach is swollen around the right eyebrow. However, there's no cut has evolved. There's a freeze frame of Roach's face in the corner. You see his eyes are swollen.
And Freddie Roach now moving around the ring, giving Burke a little more movement. This is a big ring. Roach has lots of room to maneuver if he wants to box Burke.
Left hook to the body and to the head by Roach, but back comes Burke with a couple of right hands. By Burke. They've been applying ice to the right eyebrow of Freddie Roach for 4 rounds. It is swollen. Louie Burke, and another good effort by Burke here in round 9. He just caught Roach with a right hand. Roach counters with a right.
Louie Burke is landing those overhand rights, the ones that most people thought would knock out Freddie Roach. So far, they haven't.
Al, it seems like Burke has more confidence in his left hand than his right.
He's landing some big left hooks, and he's going to the body well, and then they wear Freddie Roach out. Roach, to me, at this point, looks like the more tired fighter.
Another terrific round for both of these junior lightweights. We follow Freddie Roach back to the corner. Eddie Futch is there. Here go, Paul. Paul. Deep breaths. That's it. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
Freddie, don't let him play with him. You got 10, and 11, and 12 to go. So you got to work. You got to work to fight too close. What's that?
A close-up look of the swollen right eye of Freddie Roach and a slow-motion view of Louie Burke with a wallop in round number 9. Some more action from the previous round. We're into round 10, scheduled for 12. Louie Burke's got a cut left eyebrow. His past 2 rounds have belonged to him. Freddie Roach has got a swollen right eyebrow, and it's closing quickly.
Roach with a good right hand. And what Futch wants Roach to do is keep this fight in the center of the ring at long distance and use that jab and peck away. He's not been able to do that against Roach or against Burke in the last several rounds.
Right hand by Roach. Once again, Burke a little lazy. Wasn't a real clinch, but he didn't hold up his guard. Burke with 2 right hands.
Still blood from the cut on the left eye of Burke, but it's under control.
A right uppercut by Burke. Burke with another right hand. Louie Burke in the blue coming on strong here in the second half of the fight. Roach now bleeding from the nostrils.
On in this fight, I've got him behind 87-83. He's closed the gap by winning the last 2 rounds.
Couple of more right uppercuts by Burke, and that has been a big problem for Freddie Roach. Now Richard Green warning Freddie Roach about a low blow. A big right hand by Roach, and that cut is reopened once again over the left eyebrow of Louie Burke. We'll be back with round 11. Suddenly, Roach's right eye is almost closed.
And this is no man's land for Louie Burke. He's never been past the 10th round, but he is fighting, I think, with a lot more enthusiasm than Freddie Roach is. And you see that I have got things evening up a bit. Dave Burke, the last 3 rounds, I've got him behind 96-93. That is unofficial. We don't know how the judges are seeing it.
Now the right hand by Burke. Roach comes back with a right hand. And remember, Freddie Roach is virtually a one-eyed fighter at this point.
I don't know how he could see the left hook, and he's shaking his right hand. Freddie Roach, I believe, has hurt his right hand.
He shook it off a couple of times after throwing it. So here in the 11th round, we wonder if Roach has hurt his right hand. He certainly reacted that way. On the left eyebrow of Burke, not a problem now. Right hand by Burke.
And the right eye of Freddie Roach is all but shut. I don't know how he has any vision out of that eye.
This is going to be a difficult defeat for the guy who comes out the short end. It's been a hard, brutal night. We'll be back with the final round. This is the 12th and final round. Freddie Roach in the white, Louie Burke in the blue. Roach fighting with his right eye almost shut. And between rounds, he told Eddie Futch, "I think I broke my right hand." Futch said maybe it's just pain.
Well, of course, that's the hand he was hurt before.
Outfought Burke over the first 7. Burke came on in the next 4 rounds.
And Freddie Roach landed a right hand and grimaced in pain. He's still throwing that punch, but that right hand is hurting him. There's no question about it.
Remember, back in '81, Freddie Roach broke his right hand. Fought only once in the next 11 months.
Both fighters show signs of slowing down a little bit in round 12, and why not? What a pace.
We're halfway through the final round.
That's about all he has left with that right hand hurting.
Less than a minute to go in the fight, and a right hand by Burke to the head of Roach. Roach with a right, Burke with a left hook to the head. An excellent matchup here in Las Vegas. Less than 30 seconds to go in the fight.
And this has been a pretty even 12th round, and that may be an important factor.
Roach's right eye is now closed. Burke with a left hook to the head. Roach with a right to the body.
Freddie Roach was stunned a moment ago with the right by Burke, but it may be too late to do Louie any good.
They go the full 12.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Dwayne Ford scores 115-113. Judge Paul Smith scores 117-110. Judge Jerry Roth scores 115-112 for the winner and new ESPN Junior Lightweight Champion, Louie Burke.
Louie Burke wins a unanimous decision and grabs the ESPN Junior Lightweight Championship with a unanimous decision over Freddie Roach. We'll be back to talk to the principals after this.
We are in the ring here with Louie Burke, a happy Louie Burke, who just got a somewhat surprising unanimous decision over Freddie Roach. Now, were you surprised at the margins? In one case, it was 117-110. Were you shocked at that?
I really wasn't paying any attention to the margins. I was just so tired and so happy that the fight ended. That was such a brawl that I didn't really pay attention except to the final decision.
Okay, let's take things in sequence to put things in perspective. Early in the fight, you had a lot of problems with Freddie Roach. His hand speed appeared to be giving you problems. He hit you with a lot of right hands. Were you ever hurt early in the fight?
No, I wasn't hurt. I wasn't stunned. He stung me a couple times, but as far as being seriously hurt, I never was.
Now, in about the 7th round is when you appeared to be coming on and you appeared to take control of the fight. At that point, were you concerned that you were so far behind that you couldn't catch up?
No, I never thought I was really far behind. I knew I'd never worked so hard for something in my life. I worked for 6 hard weeks, and I knew those later rounds would be paying off for me, and that's how come I was confident I could come on. I just wanted to keep the first rounds close and try and figure them out.
Now, you had his right eye, or his left eye, excuse me, swollen, and you were trying to use left hooks because he really couldn't see you very well. Was that a strategy toward the end of the fight? Were you trying to use that left hook because you couldn't see that punch coming?
No, I tried working to the body of the early rounds, wearing him down because he is fast. I just want to slow him down and then work with the left hook. That was my strategy in the beginning of the fight before the fight even started.
Louie, you've never been 12 rounds. You'd only been 10 once before, and yet you had tremendous stamina at the end of that fight. As you worked, were you confident in your conditioning?
Yeah, I've been working out with my brother, and he's always a hard worker. And when we'd get up early in the morning, he'd run my tail off every morning and at practice. I also have to give credit to the people of Las Cruces because there was times that I couldn't have done it without them. I was just so tired, and times I just wanted to hang things up. And with their support, the people of Las Cruces, this is our title, this is our belt, and I want to thank you all for it. And the people that supported me and helped me all through this fight, my sparring partners, people at San Juan Gym in El Paso, I love you all. Thank you very much. My relatives back home, just my friends and people that supported me. I love you. I love you. Thank you.
So Louie Burke, a happy young man, he brings the ESPN title back to La Cruces, Mexico. A shocking win over Freddie Roach. Let's go back to Sal Marciano.